All right, so it looks like Mikey Garcia is the front runner to be fighting Manny Pacquiao for the WBA welterweight championship of the world. That would be back-to-back shots at titles for Mikey Garcia. Let's talk about that, the fight in the welterweight division in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you're a member of the LDBC, click down there, hit the join button so you can be recognized in the live streams. Also, thank you so much for all your support for the causes that we support with this channel. Through the Patreon community, you guys really hold it down. In the live stream community, make sure you're there Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time for OG Boxing Talk, the weekend show where we wrap up the boxing show where we wrap up the week with myself and a panel of boxing experts, Blood Boxing, KQ, KC, Trap House, and my man Curtis Anderson. All right, let's get into this. Mikey Garcia says he is close to signing a deal to fight Manny Pacquiao for the WBA title, and that it is dependent upon, the timing of it is dependent upon Manny Pacquiao's duties as a senator in the Philippines. Now, I love that fight. I love that fight. I hope that fight happens. I was thinking that it was between Manny Pacquiao's next fight was between Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. That had been the word, right? But Danny Garcia, my understanding, has just announced that he's going to be fighting somebody in Brooklyn, and his opponent was announced. So Danny Garcia is looking at a fight with whoever this guy is he's going to fight, and then a fight with Errol Spence. It's supposed to be Errol Spence first, right? Errol Spence, but then Errol Spence had his unfortunate accident, and so his time frame got pushed back. So it doesn't appear now that Danny Garcia is going to be the one that's fighting. I mean, it doesn't seem that Danny Garcia is going to be the one fighting Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao is the leading candidate for Manny Pacquiao, and the only one that I know of would be Mikey Garcia. I think that is I think that's a great matchup. I think it's a great matchup for Manny Pacquiao. I think it's a great matchup for Mikey Garcia, and I do believe that Mikey Garcia has a good chance of winning that fight. And it's a dangerous fight for Manny Pacquiao. It is like it could be a career-defining fight for Mikey Garcia. So love the fight. It also puts a little bit of a kibosh on the rumors that Mikey Garcia was going to be doing a one fight deal with the Zone, because that fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia is not going to be taking place on the Zone. That's going to be that'll be a Fox pay-per-view, and a Fox pay-per-view that would do well for Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. Mikey Garcia, right now, I did a poll, not a poll. I put up my top 10 pound for pound on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. That pretty much every couple seconds, the Twitter hashtag, whatever you call it, comes across the screen. So, go to Twitter, sign up for, follow me on Twitter. But I did a pound for pound list on there, and I still got Mikey Garcia up on my pound for pound list. I think I got him somewhere around lower than number 6, but higher than number 10, maybe number 8, somewhere around there, because Mikey Garcia is still. He still won belts at 130, at 126, 130, 135, and 140. And he was going for a fight against, going for the IBF belt against Errol Spence Jr. Fell short in that because, Errol Spence Jr. is just a better boxer than him. But Errol Spence Jr. is one of the best fighters in boxing, and he moved up in a weight class to try to do that. I didn't want to completely diminish Mikey Garcia or not pay respect to Mikey Garcia for the fact that he probably is the best 140 pounder in the world, and I think he could be the best, at a chance to be the best 135 pounder in the world. But Mikey Garcia is going for, at this stage of his career, Mikey Garcia is going for the big fights, so we don't get an opportunity to see him fight some of the fights that I would love to see him the competitive fights that I would love to see him fight, like Mikey Garcia, Jose Ramirez, or Mikey Garcia, Regis Prograis, Mikey Garcia versus Josh Taylor. Personally, I take Mikey Garcia over all of them. I take him over Regis. I take him over Josh Taylor. I definitely take him. I take him over Jose Ramirez. I think Mikey Garcia would give a good fight to Danny Garcia up at 147 pounds. So I have him very high on my pound for pound list. He's an excellent, highly skilled fighter. He's shown the guy can take a punch. He's also shown he's already beaten a guy that is the top welterweight in Sergey Lipinets. I think Sergey Lipinets is probably going to be getting a title shot at 140 at 147 as well. So man, I love the fight. I also love the fight for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, and I know it's going to get announced soon because Manny Pacquiao he continues to get older, right? If Manny Pacquiao is able, so the reason I say that Manny Pacquiao is getting older, the importance of it is that he's not gonna wait a whole fight one time a year for the next 3 years. Manny Pacquiao is probably gonna fight once, twice a year for the next 2 years, and then call it a day. Get his large amount of money for each one of the fights he's gonna do, and get up out of Dodge. So if he fights Mikey Garcia, that is a pay-per-view worthy fight, I would say. So the fight works for that way. As far as the level of competition, I think it works for Manny Pacquiao as well. Now, when Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman, I was not going to just, I'm not going to go do backflips over that fight with Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao's performance in that fight, because from what I recall and what I said at the time that I was actually calling that fight live on the channel, right, was that Manny Pacquiao was getting hit with a lot of straight right hands from Keith Thurman. But Manny Pacquiao hit Manny Pacquiao's activity level, and the fact that he just kept letting his hands go, he kept putting the pressure on Keith, he kept letting, the fact that he threw so many punches, and that one particular time when Manny Pacquiao landed that body shot on Keith Thurman, oh my God, man, it's like I felt my ribs crack when he hit him with that. Fight was over. Keith Thurman crunched over and ran around the ring. I was like, oh, Lord, it's a wrap. But I think that the problem with Keith Thurman is, one, Keith Thurman, the book was out on Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman can't take body shots. He got hurt with a body shot the fight before against Josecito Lopez. So that pretty much told the story to Manny Pacquiao leading into that. Mikey Garcia, on the other hand, I've seen no real perceivable weakness in Manny Pacquiao. I mean, in Mikey Garcia. And even the one fight that Mikey Garcia lost was the Errol Spence Jr. fight. And there, Mikey Garcia showed that he could take a punch. He could take a lot of punches. He did have trouble, though. He did have trouble with the southpaw Spence, right? So, that could be considered a little bit of a weakness, on him dealing with the southpaws. But Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. They're both pressure fighters too, though. They're both dealing with the pressure fighter who's a southpaw. But in the fight with Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence actually really didn't play the pressure fighter. He stayed more on the back foot and kept a jab in the face of Mikey Garcia and kept Mikey Garcia's hands home. Mikey Garcia is a tremendous one-two puncher, a jab right hand puncher, followed by a left hook up top, left hook down low. Terrific fighter, but I digress. The fight is excellent for Manny Pacquiao because it's a fight that's winnable for Manny Pacquiao, unlike the fight, I believe, with the other two champions, the champions of welterweight. I do not believe that a fight with Terrence Crawford is a winnable fight for Manny Pacquiao. I do not believe that a fight with Errol Spence, provided Errol Spence comes back in the same physical shape that he was in before his accident, I do not think that is necessarily a winnable fight for Manny Pacquiao. And there's a lot of other guys in the division who don't have the real names and the things that might excite Manny Pacquiao. Like or Yordanis Ugas or a Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter is a bad match for Manny Pacquiao too. So if he was to take this fight with Mikey Garcia, it really makes a lot of sense for both of them. It'll be a fight that really, I think, makes a business sense for Fox. And it, quite honestly, for me as a boxing fan, is a fan that I would be excited to see. I'm a fan of Manny Pacquiao. I'm a fan of Mikey Garcia. One of the things that happen in boxing is that, when you have a guy that is fighting somebody else that you like, but you might like a little more, then you wind up, or you might like the guy, but you don't think he's going to win the fight, and you like the guy, but, you kind of have beef with his fans because his fans go way over the top like Manny Pacquiao fans. Sometimes that stuff gets lost in the shuffle, because I really do like Manny Pacquiao as a boxer, and honestly, from what I can see him as a person, I like him as a person. Mikey Garcia, much the same. I like him as a boxer. I think he's a world-class top guy, and I want to see the fight happen. So hopefully that'll happen. Let me know what you think about the outcome and what would happen in that fight. And with that, we're out. Peace.